Chainlink price update for Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. The greatest Wednesday of your life. Chainlink on the daily chart first. Then we're going to zoom out to the weekly and the monthly. That's where this line comes into play. You can see how even on the daily, we kind of reversed right in that area. We'll see if there's any rhyme or reason to it. And look at what we need to be focusing on over the next few days, several weeks, going into the monthly close tomorrow. Right, we need to pay attention to where Chainlink closes. And then we'll get to our quote and card of the day. If you liked the video, don't forget to thumbs it up. If you want more help navigating this cycle, you want help exiting this cycle, you want more requests, more educational videos, that's found in our Patreon group, linked below, the silver tier. And we got a great group of people in there and learn a lot of new stuff every day. Chainlink. Down around $17, but we're at the 21 day. We'll look at the positive and the negative, try to be as unbiased as possible here. So the bullish side would argue that we've made a nice little flagpole up here, and we may be going into a bull flag. And I would agree. However, we need to hold this line. Not only is it the 21 EMA, which is usually significant on any chart, kind of held the line there, bounced up, but some would argue, and I would back this up, that support and resistance is maybe even more important than moving averages. So, do we see anything to the left that might be significant? Well, we have our previous high. So we can also draw another spiffy yellow line. You can see range low wicks there, range low wick after our initial hesitation, previous range highs. So not only is this the 21 EMA, but it's our previous high as well. So we broke through, made a new high, throwback into a bull flag formation, back to the 21 EMA. So if the bulls are in fact here, and we've got a lot more higher prices to go, at least in the shorter term, we've got to hold here. Doesn't mean we can't wick down here or maybe get one close, but we can't spend any more time, a sub 17. It's got to be a day or less than 2 days. If we start getting 2 daily closes under this 21 EMA, that's letting some wind out of the sails, and we're going to be, at a loss of momentum, right? It's hard to do these big moves like this if you don't have momentum. So we made this little punch up, and then this rectangular consolidation here, getting back above our 21 EMA, where we start to gain traction. Then hold the EMA 8, the red line starts to cross above all moving averages. And in a real bullish move, like, you're going to hold that EMA 8. Look at all the low wicks right to the EMA 8 or just above it. Start to close under. Oh, lost a little bit of momentum. Okay, no big deal. We came back up. Oh, but now we made a lower high. Close back under the EMA 8. Okay, might have some more consolidation to do. So we might just be consolidating. And again, we're in a bullish flag. And we can kind of go back and just look at this last, maybe a mini fractal version of this, where we kind of tripped under the 21 EMA for a little bit, a couple days, then got going again. Similar, but not nearly as structurally nice as we are now. See this move here, then we consolidated for a little bit, then moved up. Move here, consolidate for a little bit, then moved up. Lost some momentum. Right, this is a much bigger and more profound flagpole. And if you want to double check yourself, right, you can just, instead of trying to eyeball the candles, well, how about you just put it on closing price, and now you can see that that's still, pretty good. So what is the issue with, why couldn't we go down here and be a bull flag? It's not necessarily we can't go any lower, because to be a technical bull flag, you can't go below half of your flagpole, which is, roughly, you could argue back there, but let's go with here, right, where we started the run. So even though half of the flagpole is roughly somewhere around 16, what's the issue? You got any guesses? The length of the flag is too long, right? You start getting a long flag that starts not becoming a flag. You're just in a downtrend or a descending triangle or something like that, right? So we've got to hold the line here. Right, and your checks and balances would be are you at previous range highs? Check. Do you have some low support there, some wicks? Yes. You have a major moving average? Well, on the daily, the 21's it. That's a big one. if you're going to hold the bulls in order, right? And that's where we're at. So 1730, 1740. Let's see the exact number as of today is 1735 on the yellow there. You can see our EMA ribbon there. And that's that on the daily. All right, we don't have to make it too complex. Just plain and concise TA. Let's go out to the weekly where we start to see what the hell this line is and why is it significant. All right, so bulls, whoops. We have this little W pattern going on here, which is great, and we could still do that, but we don't want to close back under the EMA 8, and ideally, again, like we just talked about, previous high, new lows would be ideal, somewhere around $17, kind of where we are, right? We have our EMA 8 now crossing up, right? See that little yellow, the red line underneath the yellow line, right? You want that back on top, right? Last time we did that, right over here, right? You want your EMA 8 on top always. If you're expecting, if you want to get a big move, I guarantee the EMA 8's on top. You're not going to get the EMA 8 in a downtrend and make a sustainable move, right? You can get it shortly, but you see that EMA 8 didn't confirm and just kind of rolled over here with price, right? It's just the 8-day moving average, right? But if you want the bigger moves and sustainable moves, you've got to hold the EMA 8 as support, as we see all back in here, right? This is the weekly chart now. When you close under the 21 week, right, that's a not only a crack in the ice, but you're falling through the ice, right? More times than not. If you start to close 2 candles, it's almost sealing your fate there for prolonged consolidation. It doesn't necessarily have to be bearish. This is not Chainlink specific. This is any chart in crypto. If you start to close multiple candles under the 21 after spending some time above it, I don't know any examples where it really turns back bullish real quickly and goes to new highs after that. That's the biggest sign to watch out for right there. So let's say in October, November, if Chainlink's at $40, $50, whatever, and you start to see, let's pretend this is like the $50, $60, whatever price you think Chainlink's going to this cycle, and you're like, should I sell? Well, we don't know. Is it done yet or not? If we close under the 21 week, yeah, it won't be near the high, but hello, you're going to save probably 60, 70% lower prices that it's going to go to the bear market, right? When it goes to steps of hell again. Okay, so the weekly, this, right around the $19, $20 level has been a thorn in our side for quite literally 5 years now. We're looking at August of 2020. Range highs, range lows, broken down in the bear market, flipped to range high resistance. Nuke it down to build the foundation of a lifetime there. Come back up, kind of spent some time right around the $20 area. Back down again under the 200 week, lost a lot of momentum there. That cost us a lot not to be able to get right. I would think that if we would have held that, even that 200 week a little bit higher, then I think this move could have really gotten us to knock on the door of highs. It's just this let so much momentum out right here from last August to September, October. It really hurt us. And this is like really one of the best moves alt had right here. This entire cycle, arguing, maybe October 23, October 24, October 25. Are we catching maybe what could happen in October? And that might also be it for this cycle. I'm still on the boat that I think we're going to peak in 2025. So maybe October, especially if we have a huge run in October alt-wide, like let's not be silly. Okay, so let's also look at, not only is this a significant level on the weekly, but look at this on the monthly. I would argue more significant. You have monthly high wicks initially, monthly low closes, bear market. That was your best close right there. And then we weren't able to even see that again until halfway through the bull run here. Monthly high close. Again, right there. Our highest this entire cycle closed right on this line. Our wick this month has wicked up to this line. Like if we could get we've only had one close in since since the last cycle highs above 20 bucks on the monthly. There it is. Do you think we could do that again? Do you think something would start to go our way if we, can flip $20 on the monthly? Yes, we're close. And these moving averages are set up to like really get some kind of a nice big move. So our all-time high monthly close, as crazy as it is to say, it's $38. Yes, I think we will see new all-time highs on the monthly chart. This is set up for it. Even if we get look, we can just take a bars pattern here and see what we would get if we just kind of repeated this move. So if we start it now, right, we could start it, like pretend that's that candle. That would get us to, right at all-time highs right there. If we just repeat that, and we're assuming that this month's candle is that month's candle. If we take it, to next month, or let's say we close like kind of right on this line, not only are we seeing, new all-time highs likely with a wick, but we might even see like new all-time highs with the close, right? And that's only given saying that we're going to do this. If we have even a sniff of an alt season, we're gonna do that, right? And this is still peaking right towards the end of the year, so we still have time, but not a whole lot, right? So we don't want to see a whole lot of red and Chainlink on the monthly or any coin, right? So just FYI, this others dominance, that's altcoin dominance, real like litmus test. If we're in alt season, we probably got to see double digits here. So we're at 7.5% now. We're gonna have to get that above about 10. Yeah, when these were going good, we were in that wheelhouse. So a little cheat sheet there. Add others dominance. That starts going up. Things are starting to go well. You can also look at total 3. Total 3 right here. You need this outperforming total 2 and total 1. Right? Your altcoins better be outperforming Ethereum and Bitcoin, or it's not alt season, kind of by definition, right? All right. So one more thing before you go. If you're wondering, like, again, like, is it really that coincidental that we're holding right here? Well, maybe, but I like things that you can like see a couple things at. Not only support and resistance, not only a major like 5-year level that we've been battling, but how about Fibonacci's? Can that back it up too? No, surely not, right? Look at our 618 retrace. Right to it with like back-to-back wicks on the weekly. The 0.5 is usually we start to gain traction. So if we really want to gain traction in the the weeks ahead, where do you think we need to be holding? So at the weekly close, somewhere around 1750 or higher would be ideal, or at the minimum, like this EMA 8. We can't go back under that if we want to, start thinking about moves like this again. How many closes did we see around the EMA 8 there? Is it 0? Yeah, it's like kind of 0, right? Closing prices. How many blue crossings of the red did you get? Is it 0? Right. So we need to be in something like this if we want to see something like that. All right. So that's story update of the day for Chainlink. All right. Let's get to quote and card of the day. Start off with the quote. Take a sip of water while this loads on my dial-up. Holy hell. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others, by George Orwell. If you have not heard of him or read anything of his, I would suggest trying that out. So this is a satire, obviously. It's not really even talking about animals. From Animal Farm. Have you read Animal Farm? Heard of that book? Pretty 1984. Check it out. This is like a real world example of what he's talking about here. Let's say you have a job and your boss is saying, we're in this together, team. We're all equals here. As he's a couple months later is getting his $50,000 bonus check and laying off half of the workforce. We're all in this together, right? That's that. Okay. let's get to our car of the day. One of the best, in my opinion, Ferraris of all time, the Ferrari F50. And not only is this the Ferrari F50, but this is the GT version, which there's only a handful on the planet Earth walking around here. Got the roof scoop, the the giant park bench on the back. It's function. If it's functional, I'm for it, right? But you're seeing one of those on the back of a Honda Civic, probably not gonna do much for you. But on a Ferrari F50 GT, we loves it. That's it. Alrighty. Anybody ever seen a blue Ferrari? We need a Chainlink blue Ferrari. We're gonna have to have new all-time high chain links for talking about that though.